7th December 1941, it was the last day of history after which the world map was about to change forever. There was going to be a disaster on the US Navy base, which no one had any idea about. An African-American cook in the battleship, Doris Miller, serves breakfast to the Navy officers as soon as the sun rises and then starts working on their laundry collection. At exactly 7:57 in the morning, Doris hears a siren that probably no sailor wants to hear in his service. He immediately goes out and is surprised to see that the entire sky is filled with Japanese bomber aircraft. As soon as the sun rises, it is as if a disaster has broken out on the entire naval base because Japanese aircraft started destroying American ships one by one. This attack was carried out on the Pearl Harbor base in the United States, and today we will know why Japan had the courage to attack a country like America. Why was a cook named Doris Miller awarded the biggest award in the United States, and why did the United States launch a nuclear attack on Japan? Hello friends, you are watching Fact Galaxy, where we bring you real and heart-touching stories. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Viewers, our interesting story begins in 1941 when in World War II, America put everything on the line to save China. Yes, the same China that America is openly speaking against today in 2024. It happened that 3 years had passed since World War II started, in which Germany and Italy were on one side, while Britain, Netherlands, and France were on the other side. In this war, America had no part. America was completely neutral because due to the losses in World War I, America wanted to keep itself completely separate from the war in Europe and Asia. But there was one country that was constantly harassing America, and that was Japan. Due to the lack of natural resources near Japan, Japan was gradually occupying neighboring countries so that it could meet the demands of its natural resources. Japan had already occupied large areas of Korea, Taiwan, and China. In the Pacific Ocean, Japan also had an eye on the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. But the problem was that Malaysia was a British colony, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands, and the Philippines was a colony of America, which was neutral. These countries did not feel it was right for Japan to occupy other countries because behind Japan was actually Hitler's hand, and Hitler was the enemy of Britain and America. Seeing these actions of Japan in July 1941, America stopped giving oil to Japan. Japan did not have its own oil, but it imported 80% of its demand from America. America put forth the condition that it would first have to leave its grip on China, and then it would be given oil. This was a very difficult decision for Japan. On the one hand, if it had left its grip on China, the whole world would have thought that despite Hitler's support, it had given up its knees to America. On the other hand, Japan's hold on oil was going to weaken anyway. Japan decided that it would not call its troops back from China. In fact, it made a plan inside that it would occupy Indonesia for oil, but this was not an easy task. As we have already known, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands at that time, and to reach there, it was necessary to first occupy the Philippines, which was a colony of America. Japan was well aware that if it attacked the Philippines, its retaliation would be carried out from the American naval base in the Pacific Ocean, Pearl Harbor. But since Japan's oil reserves were running out rapidly, and they had no choice but to attack, not the Philippines, but Pearl Harbor. Yes, the Japanese military leader decided that he would make a surprise attack on America's Pearl Harbor base and blow up the entire base, so that after that, Japan could easily occupy the Philippines. Japan was now quietly preparing to attack Pearl Harbor. It started preparing its fleet, which included 2 battleships, 39 submarines, 30 destroyers, and surprisingly 414 bomber aircraft. These aircraft were sent to Pearl Harbor by 6 aircraft carriers. On the other hand, if you estimate the American force standing on Pearl Harbor, it had 8 battleships, 59 anti-aircraft ships, 4 submarines, and 390 aircrafts. If you look at it, America had enough forces to fail Japan's attack. But it was necessary for them to get information about this attack in advance. But Japan wanted to keep this attack a secret in every way, so the Japanese commander decided that before the attack, they would stay away from any kind of wireless communication. the force leaving Japan was about 8,000 km away and was now only 370 km away from Pearl Harbor. And this was the point where the aircrafts were taken off to attack. This was going to be the biggest attack of World War II, in which America was not yet included. On the morning of December 7th, 1,941, 350 Japanese aircrafts attacked Pearl Harbor in two separate groups. The Americans, who were completely unaware of this attack, were in a state of chaos. The first group of Japanese aircrafts had rained bullets. They attacked Pearl Harbor for 45 minutes and then left. At first it seemed that the attack was over, but after 10 minutes, the second group of bomber aircrafts came and destroyed the remaining naval base by raining bullets. This attack lasted for 1 hour and 15 minutes, in which Japan's wings were completely destroyed. 20 vessels, 8 battleships, and more than 300 planes were destroyed. The ground was covered with fire and the sky was covered with black smoke. During this time, there was an African-American sailor, Doris Miller, on a battleship in America, which we mentioned at the beginning of the video. During the laundry collection, Doris heard a siren. Hearing this scary siren, a Japanese torpedo missile hit her ship, in which many officers, including the ship captain, were injured. Doris shifted the injured people to a safe place and then went to the anti-aircraft machine gun and attacked the Japanese aircrafts. He killed a total of 6 Japanese planes without training, while Japan lost a total of 29 aircrafts in this attack. Doris Miller was the first African-American to be awarded the Navy Cross. This award was the largest in the U.S. Navy, while it is the second largest in the United States after the Medal of Honor. After 1 hour and 15 minutes of attack, the Japanese aircrafts went back, but they had now pushed America into World War II. The same America that was not even part of World War II before this attack. The next day after the attack on Pearl Harbor, America decided to teach Japan a lesson and also announced an open war against them. For the next 3 months, America was working on restoring its naval base. Fortunately, many ships were submerged in shallow water, which was also repairable. 4 months later, America attacked Japan as it did on Pearl Harbor. Yes, in April 1942, America dropped bombs on Japan's capital, Tokyo. This was America's first attack in World War II, but after this, America did not stop. For the next 4 years, Japan and America had a fierce battle, in which America's turn was now heavy. Japan had become very weak in this war, but it was not giving up. It was not giving up. It was not surrendering to the Americans. Finally, in August 1945, America used its last card against Japan. On August 6, 1945, at 8 a.m., a Boeing B-29 Superfortress aircraft was seen over Hiroshima, Japan. This aircraft dropped a 4,400 kg little boy named bomb on Hiroshima. Exactly 43 seconds later, there was a powerful explosion and everything went white. After that, a fireball went from the ground to the sky, which brought the temperature of the ground to 5,000 degrees Celsius. This was the first nuclear attack in history, which made more than 80% of the buildings in Hiroshima a pile of soil in just a snap. The ground under the feet of Japanese military leaders had shrunk. Now they understood something else, that 3 days later, on August 9th, America dropped a nuclear bomb on Nagasaki, Japan. This was a Mark I bomb, codenamed Fat Man. As soon as this 4,670 kg bomb fell, it wiped out the entire city. These were the 2 nuclear bombs that were the first and last bombs used on humans. According to one estimate, 260,000 people were killed in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki attacks. The next week of this attack, Japan surrendered to America, and with it, World War II also came to an end. Once again, I request you to subscribe to the channel and share the video with other people so that the reach of our channel increases and we get the motivation to make more such videos. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care of yourself.